Hello and welcome to another episode of Menu Heroes Digest. Today we're in person with Jordan.
Yes, I'm real in 3 dimensions.
Yes.
Yes.
So there he is most of the time.
Yes, that is my 2D form.
He has.
And here I am in 3D.
All right. So
Yeah,
we got a couple stories for you today.
yes. But first, I hope you good little boys and girls bring out your ICs and your plate of chili dogs, because you know what weekend this is.
The weekend of the 8th.
And also, important date for a certain fictional character who's from the 90s and likes chili dogs.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay,
He's talking
fine,
about
I'm crazy. You know what?
Sonic.
I'm a crazy nerd. Like these nerds
like
that are out
a-
of control.
So I gotta ask, the Rick on your shirt,
Yes, I was...
is that Sonic Rick?
Well, that's actually meant to be like the teddy bear Rick from that... It's from one of my favorite episodes, but...
Is it the one where he keeps dying, so he keeps getting rerouted to
He
other...
keeps meeting the... Can we even say the word?
He keeps meeting fascist
Fascist
Rick.
versions of himself, yes. That is the episode. Definitely in my top 3 favorite episodes of Rick and Morty. But it's the only shirt I had that close, that even resembled Sonic. You know?
God.
Even though, look, Sonic was my boy back in the day. Loved Sega. Well, loved a lot of Sega's classic games, let me make that clear. I don't actually own a whole lot of Sonic merch, or this Sega Genesis I had. It's somewhere in my house, and I can't find my Dreamcast. I keep thinking about maybe I should get a new Dreamcast or maybe an emulator to find some of the classic Dreamcast games, but yeah, we'll discuss that for another time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
There's there are a lot of games that we're behind playing. And I am playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, okay? I will get a review on that. It's just personal stuff has happened, and I'm behind on so many things I want to do.
And that is fine. Life happens, and we just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Alright, see you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
No. So, this first story is like my favorite because it's just so funny. Cyberpunk 2077 was on sale for $5
$5
this week. The sale actually ended today being the 8th, which is weird because this is releasing on the 9th, but ignore that. The PS4 and Xbox One versions at Best Buy were on sale for $5 with free upgrades to the next-gen versions. So sadly right now it's at the steep price of $30.
Yeah.
I always forget that games that aren't Nintendo games lose their value almost immediately.
And it's sad when it's Cyberpunk, the game that everyone, including myself, was getting weak in the knees for, was so hyped for. We saw Keanu Reeves in his gloriness telling us to wake up and be samurais, and we got to burn a city down. It was cool. It was exciting. It was going to blow our minds, and then the game happened. The game came out, and we were all just shaking our heads like, what happened?
But yeah. So, would have been a great time to snatch it up if you were curious about playing the game, but not curious about paying $60 or I guess $30 now.
Yeah, dude.
Alright, so the previous week, or maybe the week before, we talked about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's DLC, and One of my favorite courses from that is the Ninja Hideaway.
It's a cool looking stage.
It is, and I actually got Mario Kart Tour because, that's where it came from, and I've had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm on the 2-week Gold Pass trial.
Yeah.
And I might just keep paying for it because it's $5 a month, but it unlocks like extra challenges and stuff. But Ninja Hideaway is one of my favorites because it's like a multi-tiered level, and there's so many different paths you can take. It's really fun.
Oh yeah. Plus ninjas, they make everything better.
Yeah. So there is an issue though. There's a soft lock in the course. About a third of the way into the track, there's a ramp that you can drive off, and facing that is a sign. If you land on top of this sign at the wrong angle or too far to the left, your character will be unable to move or turn. So you'll have to either quit or wait for the race to be over. I will probably never encounter this because it's easiest to do it on 200cc mode, and I don't like that mode. It's too fast. It took forever for me to finally always play at 100cc. But yeah, so be on the lookout, Mario Karters.
Yes. Avoid that ninja trap at all costs.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of there's always the wish of adding more characters to Mario Kart, of that being like the Super Smash Brothers of racing games.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been cool to somewhat see Ryu Hanabusha from like the Ninja Gaiden games show up, but I think Tecmo still owns him. Or
you know what would have been a cute racer? The little ninja.
Oh yeah, from the WarioWare games.
No, I think it's Paper Mario.
Okay. Oh yeah. There's like a Ninja Twins.
I think they actually came from. Oh, I know the Ninja Twins you're talking about. Kat and Anna.
Yeah.
Katana.
Yeah. Of course, I kind of want to see WarioWare characters show up in other things.
Yeah, give WarioWare some more love.
Yes.
Did you know that in WarioWare, Mona is canonically the daughter of Luigi and Daisy?
I've probably heard that theory once, and I was like, okay, fine, Matt Pat, sure, it's another of your theories.
Alright, hold on.
I mean, maybe at one point they may have alluded to that, but I don't think modern Nintendo.
So this is actually from the most recent WarioWare game. Luigi, Daisy, Mona.
There is a man wearing a green shirt and a woman in a yellow dress.
No. Yes. No, you have to also take into account the man has Luigi's little coif, and the lady has Daisy's little, whatever you call this swoopy thing.
Honestly, looking at that picture, the guy in green kind of looks like Bob from Bob's Burgers, kind of.
Also,
I mean,
she lives in this mansion.
And it's the same mansion from Luigi's Mansion, right?
No, it actually is, if you get the best ending.
Okay. I mean, it'd be interesting if it was, but then that's the question of is these WarioWare games taking place in the not too distant future?
I mean, it's WarioWare. There's not exactly heavy lore there.
Maybe the reason that Waluigi isn't in those games is because he dies at some point in the future?
Man.
You're bringing up a theory. I'm bringing another theory.
Maybe Waluigi doesn't actually exist, and he's just an actor paid by not paid by Wario. Maybe Waluigi killed. Never mind. That was gonna get really dark.
Okay. We will move on. Okay, but hey, We may not have that many stories this week, but we got a lot to talk about.
Just remember, Waluigi's obsessed with Daisy, and Daisy wants nothing to do with him.
Hey, it's a modern-day Greek tragedy.
And he doesn't show up in WarioWare, so I'm just saying.
Because it takes place in the future, and sometime before then, Waluigi dies.
If Luigi and Daisy...
You heard it here from here.
Got married, had a kid... Luigi got everything Waluigi wanted.
Oh no! Please, what you're suggesting is
you find Waluigi have a kid.
Hey! No! Go away. I love you guys, but go away.
Yeah.
We're recording a podcast. Go away.
It's Xander cameo.
Yes.
Yes.
Xander and his little cousin. I guess he's my little cousin too. Anyway, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Terrible games. No.
I don't know why I did the JoJo pose. I had to do something.
So, you're probably aware, viewers, that Pokemon BDSP still doesn't have Pokemon Home support. There is, yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. Every time you say that,
it's just... I can remember
I have a dirty mind, folks. I'm sorry.
The only reason I can remember which one's Brilliant and which one's Shiny is because of the acronym. So a data miner has basically pulled back the curtain on why there's probably not Pokemon Home support yet, and it makes sense. So Diamond and Pearl remakes were made in Unity, while the normal Pokemon games, and that includes Pokemon Home, are written in C++ using a custom engine. So since Diamond and Pearl are Unity games, and their saves are literally a C# object, they're not compatible. So, because they use different engines, it's not currently compatible with Pokemon Home. So, in order to add functionality, Game Freak would have to basically convert Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl into compatible save files. And that would have to be for each Pokemon. Which, considering Diamond and Pearl remakes have a very limited roster, wouldn't be too much. But...
yeah, again, on a technical level, it does make sense. But at the same time, you would think with how Game Freak and how massive it is and how it's got so many things going on, you would have thought there would have been a meeting of okay, fans are going to complain about us, they're going to complain to us if we don't find some way to have the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl Pokemon to be available on Home. We got to figure out some way, or at least figure out an engine before we start this game, to figure out an engine that can be compatible with this other one.
Well, okay, so a couple things. One, Game Freak isn't actually that huge. Game Freak is a fairly small development team compared to Nintendo's powerhouse. Two, Game Freak themselves didn't actually do Diamond and Pearl. They passed it off to a company called Ilka. Three, and this was funny, I didn't realize this, but I knew it, but it didn't click. Ilka developed Pokemon Home. So
the company, so it's the same company developing both these different games.
Yeah. Well,
so that's my thing. It's it's even more because yes, I realize that Game Freak did not make Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
They passed it off so they could make Arceus.
Yeah, I realize that. I realize that, but you would they have to give approval to these different companies that are working on their property, right?
Game Freak doesn't really own Pokemon.
Okay.
The ownership of Pokemon's complicated because it's split between 3 people being companies. But Nintendo is in charge of the games, and Game Freak's basically a contractor, if that makes any sense. Anyway,
I'll admit though that's again with Nintendo's history of not doing great internet service. That does make a little bit more sense, but now that you mentioned the same company was involved with Pokemon Home and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shine Pearl. Okay, maybe it is better to do abbreviations, but yeah, you would think
they should have known about this.
Yeah, that this should have been brought up on one of the, if not the first, at least the second or third meeting of like, oh, these two games have different engines and we can't transfer information from the other. That's going to be a big problem, and fans are probably going to be mad about that.
And to be honest, it's just another reason I don't like the remakes.
Okay. So, in terms of Gen 4, and I've probably said this before, it was the one I kind of skipped over. And I know I'm awful. I am the devil himself for doing that. But I was starting high school, and people were giving me a lot of crap for liking Pokemon even before then. So I was like, I had to defend myself and say, I don't know Pokemon. I never even heard about that. Never. Around that time. So I never experienced Gen 4. And there was a part of me that was hopeful that BDSP would be, the thing to get me into it. But from everything you've been telling me, you tell me to avoid it like the plague, so I have.
I mean, considering you've never played them, there's a reason for you to buy the game, to experience it. I've played them. I played them growing up, so there's literally no reason for me to want to buy the game except to get like a legendary and Arceus, and I'm not paying $60 just to do that. I'll just borrow somebody's copy. So Jordan's turn.
Yes, my time to shine on a story that I actually read. No. I've read some of the stories, but it's like this is the one that got my attention immediately, and that is Miss Pac-Man being replaced. Dun dun dun.
Trouble in Paradise.
Oh yes.
Pac-Land.
So anyway, basically where was this thing? Sorry, I have read it, but I just need to make sure I know everything. I have read it. I have read the story. I have read the story. I just gotta make sure I get all the information straight. Which is ironic compared to Karen's husband. So basically, y'all are aware of Miss Pac-Man. That's the original.
Well, you're so dumb. Why wouldn't she be called Mrs. Pac-Man? They married.
There's some versions have. I think there was a Pac-Man cartoon in like the late '80s that had that she was Mrs. Pac-Man, and there was a baby Pac-Man. I couldn't remember what gender. You would think that'd be the name, but it's baby Pac-Man. So
fun fact, and this is a little tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Pac-Man featured in like the 80s, 90s cartoon is supposedly the Pac-Man in the 3D show, like Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures or whatever. Apparently that's like supposed to be his dad, which was like a neat callback.
So the show was a prequel?
I don't know, man.
Look, man, I was a little kid when I saw that show, and I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Pac-Man." I know him.
The show was not intended to be like story heavy. It's intended.
Yeah,
to be
I know.
A cash grab.
I was there, Steven. Every Christmas that was one of the specials they played. They played the Pac-Man Christmas special.
There's a Pac-Man Christmas special?
Yes, there is. It played every year. And it was one of the weaker of the cartoon Christmas specials.
Guess I know what we're doing for...
We're doing a top 5, bottom 5 of the Christmas specials.
We'll just, anyway, sorry. Tell your story.
So anyway, again, the Miss Pac-Man, y'all aware of the design. It's very similar to Mr. Pac-Man, or just Pac-Man's, but just with a little red bow on her head, and maybe some lipsticks.
Red boots, too.
And
Can't forget the red boots.
Did Pac-Man not have red boots? No, I think...
Pac-Man didn't have, like, these red boots that are supposed to be styled like rubber boots.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was just red shoes. I thought I knew more about Pac-Man than I thought. Wow, I'm a fake Pac-Man fan. Oh my god.
Whoa.
I must apologize to Bandai Namco right now. Sorry.
They're like, we don't care.
As you little YouTubers got like only 10 views. Pfft,
Anyway.
who cares? So, anyway, you've got this upcoming Arcade Archives releasing a new edition of, of Pac-Man Adventures and everything. And while you have an image of regular old, Miss Pac-Man and Baby Pac-Man, just, I think, sucking on a pacifier, I think that's what it's in her mouth, I believe.
It's a pacifier.
Okay. So that was the original version. Now there's an updated version on Arcade Archives where this new harlot just shows up in her little pink little fedora, I think, and her pink gloves and her pink little like pump up shoes, and this little gremlin with a freakish pink flower growing on her head.
He's not talking about you.
And they have this Jezebel going around calling herself Pac-Mom has replaced our dearly beloved Miss Pac-Man. This, my dear gamers, is an outrage and must be heard. Our yells and cries be heard across the world. Why, Bandai Namco? Why have you allowed this atrocity?
Don't forget, my grandma's trying to sleep.
This woke agenda.
Oh my god, Jordan.
I had to throw it all in.
Anyway.
Throw it all in. So, yeah, I mean, there's obviously a bit of confusion as to who is Pac-Mom, because obviously she doesn't look like Miss Pac-Man. She's wearing all pink. Everything she has is pink. It's not red.
Wow.
So she's got to be a completely different character. Yeah. And she's Pac-Man. Again, whose mom is she? Is she the baby Pac-Man's mom? Or is she Pac-Man's mom? Or is she the Pac-Dad's mom? She the Pac-Grandma?
Oh my god. Come on.
What is going on here, Bandai Namco? Why are you confusing us? Like, Pac-Man had a very simple story. Very simple narrative. And here you are adding all this family drama. You ain't Game of Thrones. What are you doing? What is all this? And why pink? I'm a man. Men do not handle pink.
Oh my god.
The very color just drives us nuts. Don't you know that? What are you thinking? But in all seriousness, though, like, this is such a non-story. But the fact that there is even any kind of discomfort towards this is just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably, again, this is very similar to, like, what happened with the M&Ms.
Oh my god.
I mean, I know it's been a while. I'm sure some people have forgotten, thankfully. But remember they tried to have the green M&M have different shoes?
Yes.
And certain talking heads lost their minds over that. This is pretty much this.
Yeah, real quick, putting it out there. If you're the kind of person who, like, saw that they changed the green M&M to make it less, attractive, and you were like, just wait until they find out that the green M&M used to be a man, that's transphobic and you're a piece of garbage. So, you know who you are. Actually, no, you don't, because you're not that smart, but...
And bless...
Sorry, I'm projecting. Anyway, so you've left out the part where there's actually a reason for this.
Well, I was in the middle of my outrage,
Yeah.
I was offended that my whiteness was being challenged or
Your
being
wife
questioned.
is no longer...
I can't...
Anyway, continue, good sir.
She used to be the most attractive woman ever, and then you ruined her. I'm trying to be the outraged nerd man on the internet, nerd man boy on the internet. It's hard to pull off. It's hard to try and resonate any of that energy because it feels icky.
We do have to keep going though.
Okay, so let's just briefly mention the reason why.
Royalties, that's why.
Yeah,
So Miss Pac-Man started off as a mod of Pac-Man. And then Namco was like, hey, this is pretty cool, so you guys can do that, and we'll even pay you.
Mm-hmm.
So every time the character is used, Namco had to pay royalties. So the original creators of Miss Pac-Man went, their company went a long time ago. So it was the interest was bought by At Games, which you might remember from the Genesis throwback console a few years ago. That was terrible. So this has probably changed the character so they don't have to pay royalties.
Yeah. So, okay, not in the. It's similar. It's not exactly, but it's similar to like what's going on with the Friday the 13th films, where like the writer of the first Friday the 13th is trying to gain some kind of royalty from the whole franchise, and the family that owns the rights to Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees are like, no, it's ours. And it's just been a big legal battle. It's kind of like, of all the different horror movies, there hasn't been a Friday the 13th in over 10 years because of this whole legal battle thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is kind of like the video game version of that. But, Bandai Namco was able to find like an easy workaround. Oh, she's wearing pink now. She's just wearing all this pink stuff, whatever.
All right. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is being directed by Jeff Fowler.
Yes.
He's asked all sorts of questions about video game movie adaptations. He was asked if he ever wanted to do something with the Smash Brothers series. And he is quoted as saying, "Nothing would make me happier than to just throw all the characters into a battle royale and do a big Smash Bros. Thing. That would probably require some work from the lawyers before that could happen. Getting Mario and Sonic in the ring, I mean, everyone would be kind of dying for that, right? That's just classic." So, here's an idea that, popped into my head. Wouldn't it be cool if, at the end, this is not an original idea.
Oh, yeah.
If at the end of, the Mario movie, a pipe, pops up out of the ground, and Sonic comes through, and he's still voiced by Ben Schwartz, and it's the live-action Sonic, but now he's in whatever animated form the Mario movie's going to be in.
Yeah, there hasn't even been a trailer for that animated Mario movie yet.
They didn't release one on March 10th, which was surprising, because Mario did.
Yeah. I am very morbidly curious about that Mario movie. I know people want to write it off as saying it's going to be trash, it's going to be garbage, but I kind of said the same thing when the first Sonic movie came out. I thought it was going to be trash, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be another blight on the name of Sonic, which he already has plenty, and I was pleasantly surprised and proven wrong.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah. And we will be seeing the sequel tomorrow.
Or I guess today, as of release of this video.
Yeah, it's recordings.
Oh, right. So...
But I do want to say, yeah, I mean, the possibility of a Super Smash Brothers movie, I think, could happen one day. I mean, if Mario's successful, if they can get a Legend of Zelda movie off the ground, if they can pull off Metroid, and maybe a couple other Nintendo franchises, but it's, well, then again, it's like Pokemon is in a weird thing because it was made by Warner Brothers.
No.
What?
No. Pokemon wasn't made by Warner Brothers.
Detective Pikachu was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But then again, it's like, I think there's talking about a Pokemon show being on Paramount Plus, is what I last heard. or maybe Apple TV. Again, it's like
doesn't matter.
the thing is like I feel like it's always possible for if things are going well on the Universal side of things of whatever Nintendo brands they've got. I think they could do a big crossover with that. But if you're talking about like all the characters that everybody wants, which is Pikachu, which is Sonic, which is Ryu and Ken, my boy Banjo-Kazooie.
That one's not likely.
Hey, they may be able to work something out with Rareware and Microsoft.
Well, I mean, like shows like there's already shows and movies for stuff like Castlevania, the Mario movie that's going to be coming out at some point in existence. The Sonic movie. They could easily make a Street Fighter movie.
Well, hopefully a better one.
Yeah.
Because they've tried twice. And it's like the one in the 90s is a fun bad movie to watch. The other one was
Super
turbo
fail.
Fail. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. I'll wrap my thoughts on this. Basically, the chances of like the big Super Smash Bros. Movie that everybody wants is probably not going to happen.
It's very slim.
Again, if things on Universal side, and again, you would need Mario. You would absolutely need Mario in a Super Smash Bros. Movie. Of all the characters, you would need him and his cast of characters. So, like, again, if things are successful with the Mario movie, and then Universal can pull off a couple other Nintendo brands, other Nintendo franchises, you could do a crossover there. But anything else outside of Universal ain't gonna happen. Because, even with the MCU, even with things going on with Marvel, how successful things are, like, Universal, technically speaking, still owns the Hulk, and they have to be the ones to make a Hulk movie. And because, like, Disney and Marvel want to make sure they do everything on their own, that's why you only see Hulk in other crossover things. And Universal doesn't play ball with them and make any other Hulk movies or anything with them. So chances are, if Universal's trying to do some big crossover thing with Nintendo, the other companies probably aren't going to play ball with them either. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents.
Alright. I want to skip this story, but I know you're wanting to do it.
We will make it quick.
You say that, but that means it'll be like
it's
20
about Mark
minutes.
Zuckerberg, so we've
Alright.
we got to bring up something.
Not even video game related. Shame on you. Anyway,
it'll leak into the video games in some way.
You remember when you were in school and they had things like Eagle Bucks or Happy Points or whatever.
We had coupons.
Yeah, coupons.
Yeah, coupons.
Rewards for, doing stuff that you were already supposed to do anyway.
Yeah.
Well, get ready for Zuck Bucks. So these are supposed to be...
Do we have to?
digital dollars that are... it's cryptocurrency for Facebook, basically.
Yeah, for Meta.
For Meta. Yeah. Okay, so Mark has plans to integrate NFTs into his social apps. There's a number of virtual coin and currency related projects in various stages of development.
Because we knew he would.
Yes. Because they desperately need money.
Mm-hmm.
As they continue to lose users to, like, TikTok, and they continue to lose money on Wall Street.
Isn't there also a story about, like, like Zuckerberg or other people within Facebook trying to make deals with certain politicians to, sort of, like, attack TikTok or, like, get people's opinions to backlash TikTok or something like that?
But I never read it, but I saw that.
I just want to double check if that story was real or not, because I wasn't entirely sure.
It might be. but like I said, I haven't read.
I mean, it would not be that
Surprising,
crazy
yeah.
if Zuckerberg tried something like that.
Alright, so the idea, or one of the ideas, is something like a social token. So for providing meaningful contributions in Facebook groups, users would earn social tokens or reputation tokens. Creator coins is also another idea. It's all very like abstract ideas, nothing really concrete, which is basically the definition of an NFT.
I love that in the middle of this article, there's like a link to an article that says the NFT market has crashed. Oh no!
Oh no!
I love that. I thought that was intentional. They put that link right there.
So a third idea is that there will be a program that lets Facebook groups limit memberships to users who own specific NFTs. It's just very dumb, and like nobody actually cares.
Yeah, because I did read an article where it's like even people who are into crypto, there's like maybe a 1% of that group of people that are even remotely interested in NFTs. So this really is like a very, very vocal minority just trying to make this a big thing, but it's not. Nobody cares about NFTs.
Yeah.
Or like the only people that do are people who are in that NFT bubble and think this whole idea is going to be so grand, it's going to change the way we do business, how we form economies and everything, and it's just not.
The people who care the most are the people who think that they can make a quick buck off of it.
Yeah.
Pump and dump.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's jump to Kirby. Kirby won a Grammy. Well, sort of. So, 8-Bit Big Band is a orchestra that specializes in jazzy renditions of music from popular video game franchises. And as someone who likes jazz and video game music, that appeals to me.
This is the Reese's peanut butter cups of songs. Music and songs, yes.
So, on Sunday night,
yep,
they won Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or Acapella for their version of the Kirby Superstar song Meta Knight's Revenge.
So really, Meta Knight won the Grammy, not Kirby.
This is the second occasion a video game has won a Grammy, with Civilization 4 winning a Grammy for Baba Yetu for Best Instrumental Arrangement accompanying vocalist back in 2011, and that's a good song.
Oh yeah,
we played it in band, and it was fun.
Oh, excuse me.
It's also incredible timing because Kirby in the Forgotten Land just released recently.
Yes.
And I guess I need to get that game eventually.
I know we will play it at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
We are behind on so many games.
Or maybe
I know
me and Xander, not you.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. We plan on doing some Mario Kart. We'll release that this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, now somebody's not going to get their Kirby plushie that I bought them for.
Oh my god. Did you actually?
I actually bought a Kirby plushie with a cute little, train conductor hat.
Oh, yeah, I remember you sent me a picture.
Yes, I did send a picture of that. It was $50.
It was... Oh my god.
But hey, it was super cute. It was about the size of those, little teddy bears over there.
You did get it at a convention, so...
Yes, so... convention stuff is more expensive, but, hey, I swore I'd get other things, for other people, Did I tell a story about, no, I told the story to you, but I told a story on the podcast of, I got my niece and nephew Axton and Aislinn these Sonic and Tails little plushies.
I don't think you did.
Okay, so I was trying to find a little toy for my two little nieces. They're about 3 years old. And they like squishy toys, they like soft toys, because like they're still young, they're beating toys on either the walls or in the car or whatever. So I figured I'd try and buy something that they couldn't easily break. And this little section, because I was in GalaxyCon in Richmond, that was about 3 weeks ago. So I was there, I found this wonderful booth full of all kinds of plushies of various like Nintendo and a few Sega stuff. Again, mostly Pokemon, Kirby, Mario, and a few things for Sonic. While little kids had not experienced or played any of the Sonic games, I thought, hey, the designs are cute enough. They're simple enough to, I'm sure they would like it. And I was partially right. They did like it, but they did not want to share. No. My niece and nephew, every second they could, they tried to steal the other toy from the other. I specifically, had it out. I had in my hands Sonic and Tails. I let them choose one. And as soon as they each grabbed one, they quickly tried to steal from the other. Like this was like a game of tag or one of those capture the flag games in Halo. Like it was insane, and it got to the point where they actually were starting to fist fight each other. 3-year-olds were fist fighting each other over toys, and me and my sister had to break them up, or we had to get the toys away from them because they were losing it. And I was sitting there, trying to. I wanted to be a good uncle. I wanted to be a good uncle that got my niece and nephew toys that they would love. But the thing is, they loved it too much, and they were ready to fight each other over it. And I hanged my head in shame, just like why didn't I see this coming? Oh. They're only 3 years old, Steven. They don't need to, start arguments over Sonic. They're too young.
Too young.
Yeah. I was, like 10 or 11 when I got into, verbal arguments about Sonic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah?
On your AOL message boards.
Oh, man. I'm getting flashbacks, man.
Anyway.
That is a story for another time.
Thank you for tuning in. And as always, stay cool.
You beautiful nerds, you!